Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and as many of you might have known, last night was the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chiefs. And I want to get on here today not to talk about the actual game itself, but the halftime show, because the person who did perform was Kendrick Lamar, which is pretty significant because just last year he had a huge beef with another rapper, which was Drake. By this point, everyone is agreeing with the fact that Kendrick did win the beef against Drake. In fact, one of his diss tracks, which was Not Like Us, actually won 5 Grammys recently, which is utterly insane. So clearly, when he was set to perform at the halftime show for the Super Bowl, he was obviously going to play that, since it would be kind of dumb if he didn't actually play a song that won him 5 Grammys. Now, before I get right into the performance, I just want to say how crazy it is that a diss track has become this successful. Like, Drake at one point was the top guy within the game. No one could ever contest him. People feared him. He was regarded as the guy that was always putting out hits. And now Kendrick just came in, had a whole battle with him, and just took over his spot pretty much because everyone is leaning towards Kendrick, listening to his music and shit. Like, at this point, Not Like Us has to be the biggest diss track, if not the biggest diss track to date, as it keeps breaking records and being performed live at numerous biggest spotlight venues. So when it came to Kendrick to actually perform at the Super Bowl, he did actually play Not Like Us, which was going to be pretty obvious, but it's the fact that how many people actually got to sing the song and dance to it and shit. It's just actually insane. And throughout his performance, he was actually hyping the fact that he was going to play the song, and he even dissed Drake blatantly towards millions of people watching at home or at the Super Bowl. Now, I can't really play the clip because of copyright, but right before he played Not Like Us, he would say, "I want to perform their favorite song, but you know, they love to sue," which is referring to the fact that Drake was trying to sue his label for allegedly trying to promote Not Like Us further than intended, which, I mean, that's what the label's supposed to do, and I'm pretty sure the label would do the same thing for Drake. So Drake suing his label for this is kind of dumb. But Drake wouldn't stop here, because when he did play Not Like Us, he would say the line, "Hey Drake," and then he would start smiling at the camera, which is just diabolical from this guy. He's truly a hater for Drake. I don't know why, but he is. But the crazy part is what everyone started saying one line, which was A minor, which, if you don't know, the whole track Not Like Us is trying to paint Drake to be a P word because of the many alleged incidents of him hanging out with minors, and the fact that the entire crowd at the Super Bowl could be heard saying that line is honestly insane. Like, if I was Drake, bro, I would just retire. Like, how do you come back from this? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Drake might have to do some crazy shit to Kendrick at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm imagining Drake in his mansion just watching the Super Bowl and everybody in the crowd utterly disrespecting him all at once. Like, I don't know how I would feel. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Drake needs to do something, bro, because I can't keep watching Kendrick beat down this dead horse. And I'll be honest, when the whole beef was happening, I don't really care who won. I'm not really the biggest fan of Kendrick or Drake, but it's just the fact that we keep watching Kendrick bash on Drake after he won, and he keeps topping himself when it comes to hating on him. Like, I've never seen anyone hate a man so much. And the fact that he just wouldn't stop here, because at the end of the show, he ended his set with TV off, literally telling the audience to turn the TV off. And right before the halftime show ended, it said game over. Like, dog, you already won, bro. You don't need to keep repeating yourself that you won, bro. Oh my god, Drake, I don't know what he's gonna do, bro, because I'm just seeing this guy get utterly disrespected over and over again, bro. But Kendrick wouldn't stop here, because he would actually get Serena Williams, which is one of Drake's exes, to actually dance at the Super Bowl, which is even more disrespectful. But I'm not gonna lie, Serena was kind of weird for this because she was crip walking, and I'm pretty sure she has a past with crips and her family. I don't really want to get too much into that, but that's what I'm pretty sure happened. So I don't know why she really did that, but hey, I mean, I guess a bag is a bag. If I'm being honest, if I was her, I wouldn't have done that at all, because, I mean, you know, my family and all that, but I got no words for that one. Lastly, bro, the whole crowd wasn't the only ones to disrespect Drake, because multiple companies decided to diss Drake. Bro, Apple Music would post, "They're not like us, they're not like us," on their Twitter account. NFL would repost this entire performance, and ESPN would even post multiple videos of this performance on their TikTok. Like, bro, the entire industry is attacking this man. They keep bashing on him. I don't know if Drake is ever going to support any of these things again. He probably will, because, you know, money and commercial success. But It's actually insane to see how many companies and businesses are joining Kendrick to take down this guy. Keep in mind that none of the allegations Kendrick said within Not Like Us are even true. Now, I'm not sitting here and defending him because I won't lie to you. Drake hanging out with a lot of minors is mad weird. I can't even lie, especially that one video of him kissing a minor on stage. I don't know what's going through that guy's head. That's low-key type weird. Not even low-key, high-key type weird, bro. But at the end of the day, there wasn't really sufficient evidence against him. And that's just how the law system works in America. So it's kind of crazy to see everyone just writing Kendrick and believing what he's saying. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this should be an eye-opener for Kendrick, because at the end of the day, this just shows you that the industry doesn't really care who they support. Like, for example, if Drake would have won this beef, had a song that blew up just like Not Like Us, and won Grammys for it, he would have performed that song and dissed Kendrick in front of millions of people. Kendrick should realize that although he's getting all this industry support, at the end of the day, the industry is only going to support the guy who's at the top right now. And at this point in the game, it is Kendrick, because we just saw Kendrick destroy Drake. And at one point later down the line, Kendrick might not be the top guy anymore, and let's say someone else steps up to the plate, disses Kendrick, and beats him in a rap battle, they're going to support that rapper instead. So Kendrick shouldn't really be like taking all this attention for granted. He should just use it for his advantage and just do his own thing for a while, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because the NFL allowed Kendrick to diss Drake on live television over and over again. That just goes to show you that they only really care about the money, the views, the attention they're getting by having Kendrick on the halftime show. They don't really give a fuck about him and his actual music and his art. They only really cared about him because of the beef. And a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure most people cared about this halftime show because of the beef with Drake. It's like at this point in time, Kendrick is kind of revolving his entire career around Drake, which is one criticism about the halftime show that I do agree with. Like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. People aren't gonna ride for you for so long. Like, bro, Drake was at the top of the game, had so many people following him and wanting him to win, and now all of a sudden people just switched up and want the big guy to lose. That's just how the world works, bro. When you're at the very top, they just want to see you go down. That's just how everyone is. You just gotta accept that, bro. And Kendrick, he needs to realize that, like, as much as he's winning right now with dragging out this beef, keep dissing, performing Not Like Us multiple times at big venues like the Super Bowl, winning Grammys, at the end of the day, in a few years from now, people are not gonna give a fuck about this shit, bro. It's only gonna last so long. And honestly, if I was Drake, I'll be in the back end looking at everyone disrespecting me. Bro, everyone said A minor at the Grammys, which is a bunch of celebrities and rappers and artists and shit, and they all sang that. They all yelled that when it played. Like, that's crazy. Like, all your peers, all your friends in the game, in the industry, they don't really care about him. And that's what Drake's realizing at this point in time. That right now, they're only caring about Kendrick because he won the beef. He has a spotlight right now, bro. He has the spotlight, bro. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if next year the NFL tries to get Drake at the Super Bowl. That would be so fucking funny. I really hope they do that. But knowing Drake, he might not actually do that. He might actually perform at the Super Bowl. Maybe he'll throw some subliminals at Kendrick. But at this point in time, I feel like the beef is truly gonna die out. Definitely by the end of this year. So I don't really know what they're gonna do. But at this point in the video, I want to discuss how people were actually hating on this halftime show. Me, for one, thought it was pretty decent. I don't think it's the best halftime show we've ever had. I still think my favorite one was the Dr. Dre, Eminem, and all the old school rappers that really hit like my childhood. I enjoyed that one a lot. This one wasn't that bad though. I feel like people are over hating on it. I think a lot of people are hating on it because they're Drake fans. Like, for example, Aiden Ross, who would actually say that Drake revived Kendrick Lamar's career, which I do agree with. But he would also say that Kendrick's halftime show is the worst he's ever seen, which I think is just cap. Because the last two, which was Rihanna and Usher, were utter garbage, bro. I forgot everything with the Usher one. And I don't even listen to Usher. That one was just complete dog shit. And the one before that, the Rihanna one, bro, that was just a fucking Smash Bros stage. Her set design is so bad. The thing is, I can't bash on her too much because she was pregnant at the time. But at the same time, bro, hers was not that good, bro. We could all agree on that. And I also feel like people are hating on this one because it was too simple and simplicity. That is Kendrick's whole stitch. Now, I'll be honest, is it that great for a halftime performance? I don't really know. I don't really know what to expect with halftime shows anymore. They haven't really been good for the last couple of years. But if I'm just being honest with myself, the Kendrick one is better than the last two. So I don't know why people are really hating on it too much. Now, there is some criticisms to be made about it, but I'll get to that in a sec. I just want to finish off what people are saying. And some people are saying that it was a snooze fest at the Super Bowl, which is just utter cap. Mike Majak, which I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, who is the co-host of Logan Paul's podcast and his friend, would actually post a clip of how people were reacting to the halftime show performance at the Super Bowl, and he would say it's kind of snoozy. I know Drake happy right now, but if you watch the clip, which I can't play for you guys because of copyright, but if you watch the clip, people are actually singing the song. You can faintly hear people singing to the song. So I don't know what he was expecting. I don't know what people were expecting people to mosh, to jump around, get hyped. Bro, it's Kendrick, bro. You're not really gonna get hyped to his music, bro. So if they're singing to this song, they're enjoying the halftime performance. I don't know why everyone's saying it was a snooze fest. And everyone at home who was also saying it was a snooze fest, that they couldn't hear the crowd, they were obviously muting the crowd a little bit so you could hear the song. You don't want to hear the crowd and the song. It just distracts viewers from the whole experience of the halftime show, bro. They do it every year, bro. Just because it's Kendrick doesn't mean they're gonna just make it any different. Now, if I'm being honest, some of the criticisms about the halftime show is kind of factual. Like, one thing I saw people were saying was that the set list was kind of mediocre, which I agree with. I feel like he should have played more of his bangers. He should have played Swing Pools. He should have played some songs from Good Kid, Mad City. And like, I don't know why he went with only songs from his latest album. I get why in terms of promoting it, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna go and perform at the Super Bowl, you should play straight banger after banger after banger. Bro, just because you're playing some songs that are really good off your album and doing well, it doesn't really mean that it'll fit perfect for a Super Bowl like performance. I was expecting him to play Swimming Pools. That's probably my favorite Kendrick song in general, and he didn't even play it, and I was kind of shocked to even hear that. Now, I understand playing Not Like Us and like Luther and Scrabble Up because there are big songs from his album, but why is he playing songs like Peekaboo? Like, I didn't really enjoy that song, nor it's not really that high on the album compared to other songs, so I don't really get why that made the cut, to be honest. Him playing an unreleased track was cool, but he should have played some more bangers so people could actually get hyped to his performance. Another gripe I have with this whole performance is the fact that he was hyping up a whole special guest and all that, and the person it ended up being was Mustard and Serena Williams, which Serena was cool, but why was Mustard being hyped up? I get that's your producer and shit, and he produced like one of your biggest songs out right now, but at the end of the day, if you're not really tapped into the industry and Kendrick as a rapper, you're not gonna know who Mustard is. Like, I was with my friends yesterday, and I said, "What, Mustard?" And they all looked at me and said, "Who's that?" Like, dog, why are you hyping up Mustard, bro? Like, people are not gonna give a fuck about your producer, and that's just how it is. Mustard himself doesn't really have that big of a name. He's not that type of guy who you should be hyping up. I thought he was gonna bring out Baby Keem, and Baby Keem was gonna like announce his new project or something. That would have been a good special guest. I don't know why he brought out Mustard. And I just think the fact that he was hyping up this special guest just for it to be his producer, that really ruined it for me and a lot of other people. In fact, he probably shouldn't even hyped it up in the first place, because most people would have been like, "Oh, Mustard, cool." Like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that he just had him there and hyped him up was just kind of pointless in my opinion. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I wrap up this video is the fact that Academics allegedly leaked the whole halftime performance days before the Super Bowl. Now, this is something I wasn't really aware of. I never really saw these leaks. I didn't even know these leaks even existed prior to the halftime even transpiring. But it really stood out to me how much of a D-Rider Academics really is. Because, bro, why are you risking your whole career, your whole status as an individual within the game, just because you think Drake is being bashed on too much by Kendrick? Kendrick's winning too much. Like, bro, you lost, accept defeat, bro. Just accept defeat, bro. Like, what are you doing? I used to be a big fan of Academics, but just a few weeks prior, he was being exposed for talking mad weird towards this kid on Discord, and that kid ended up being Blackboy Max's friend. And the fact that he's even talking to this dude about all these weird topics is just mad strange, and the fact that he doesn't even see that is even weirder. Like, I don't even fuck with this dude anymore, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And now this, like, bro, just stay in your lane, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like, I just want to say how ironic it is that Kendrick exposed Drake for being a P word, and then Academics is trying to defend Drake, and yet again he goes out and does some weird shit like that. Like, that's just mad poetic, and it should honestly be written in a book, bro. But of course, Academics' ego is too much for him, and he actually would respond to this, where he seemingly is questioning and getting mad at the fact that the NFL and Kendrick wants to sue him for leaking the performance. Which, I mean, like, bro, why wouldn't they want to sue?
You niggas don't leak, y'all niggas suck dick. I told y'all what's gonna happen. If it happen. This nigga like, yo, nothing bigger than the chat, nigga. Let me tell you how I got that nigga Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. A nigga who worked at the arena is a chat nigga. Fuck who, niggas labels tight to me. And they pay me. But we gonna work it out. Can't beat the chat. Stop it. Get my Interscope. How'd you get it? The NFL hit me. Act, we gonna sue you. We'll do the. I told him, I said, I'm gonna call him Drake. No, I Drake my mans, but y'all gonna sue me? Because I don't sue. Actually, I would sue. I'm playing. Actually, I would. Anyway, they said, they sent me an email this morning. They said, don't mention the track list. Because apparently when we leaked it, they got paranoid. You know what I did? I went live on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. I went live on Twitter, and I leaked that bitch. I just want to show y'all, any of y'all journalists who ever think y'all on my level, suck a dick. I'm going to end it like that, because I don't fuck with none of y'all. I seen all y'all trying to kick my back in because y'all thought I was done. I'm going to keep leaking everything. I don't fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with Kendrick. I don't fuck with no artists. It's going to be like that for life. Just keep sucking and keep getting info from me.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't even think I have to explain how dumb this one is. Academics is truly just being a big baby at this point, and no one really cares what he has to say. At this point, he's a potato head. Like, I don't even know what the fuck he's even doing. He's pretty much useless, and truly solidified his career as just being that #1 Drake dick rider that no one is ever gonna top. It's kind of sad seeing how his career went, but the fact that he's getting mad at people trying to sue him for exposing this shit. Like, I know in his Instagram story he claimed that he was trying to save us, quote unquote, from this halftime show, but like, bro, you're just egging on the narrative and made the narrative even worse. If anything, you're part of the reason why people don't even like this halftime show, because they already knew what to expect. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's just be real, bro. At the end of the day, Academics is truly just an irrelevant guy at this point. He has nothing else better to do, and he's just gonna keep on hating on Kendrick, hating on anybody that tries to defame his name when he doesn't take accountability for literally anything. Like, dog, go live on a farm or something. Just leave the game at this point, bro. Like, I promise you, no one really gives a fuck about you anymore, bro. And that's just the sad reality. But with that being said, this is the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like content like this. Also, comment down below what are your thoughts on the whole situation. This has been your boy Jordan, talking about why Kendrick is so obsessed with Drake, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.